sister brought a disgusting cake to my birthday party. I served it at her wedding. I was turning 25 and decided to throw myself a nice birthday dinner at this Italian restaurant downtown. I'd been planning it for 2 months, invited 30 people, put down a deposit, and selected a special menu. My mom remarried 3 years ago to Phil, who had a daughter named Kendra, who was 28 and thought she was better than everyone because she went to culinary school for 1 semester before dropping out. She now works at a sandwich shop, but calls herself a chef and food artist. She wasn't even invited initially, but Phil asked me to include her for family unity. The day before my party, Kendra called, saying she wanted to contribute something special. I said everything was already planned and paid for, including a chocolate cake from the restaurant's pastry chef. She said that wit is boring and she'd bring something better. I specifically told her not to bring anything. The restaurant was handling everything. She said I'd thank her later and hung up. The night of my birthday, everything was perfect. The food was amazing, everyone was having fun, and then Kendra walked in carrying this massive box. She was 2 hours late but made a huge entrance, announcing she'd brought the real birthday cake. She pushed past the servers and put her box right on the main table. I told her I already had a cake coming, but she said nobody wanted corporate restaurant cake when they could have her artisanal creation. She opened the box and pulled out the most disgusting thing I'd ever seen. It was supposed to be a cake but looked like gray-green mud. She announced it was a matcha spirulina activated charcoal cake with fermented durian frosting and cricket protein flour. The smell hit everyone immediately, like rotting garbage mixed with gym socks. People actually stepped back. One of my friends gagged. Kendra said it was a sophisticated flavor profile that uncultured palates wouldn't appreciate. She'd specifically made it to educate everyone's taste buds since my friends clearly ate too much processed food. She started cutting huge slices and putting them on the plates meant for the real cake. The servers tried to stop her, but she told them she was family and knew what she was doing. She grabbed the microphone from the DJ and announced that everyone had to try her cake before my basic chocolate one. Said it would be insulting to her as family if people didn't eat what she'd worked so hard on. She actually stood there watching to make sure people took bites. My friend Amy tried a bite and ran to the bathroom to throw up. Kendra said Amy was being dramatic and probably had food poisoning from the restaurant's cheap ingredients. My mom tried to be polite and took a bite but couldn't swallow it. Phil was the only one who managed to choke down a whole piece and looked like he was dying. Kendra then brought out her phone and started live streaming, saying she was at a family event trying to elevate their pedestrian tastes. She called my party sad and suburban. She actually told her followers that I'd begged her to save my boring party with real food. She went around filming people's disgusted faces, saying they were experiencing flavor complexity for the first time. The restaurant manager asked her to stop disrupting the event. She told him his establishment served garbage and her cake was the only edible thing there. She demanded he comp our entire meal because we'd suffered through his substandard food before her cake arrived. She then took the real chocolate cake the restaurant brought out and threw it in the trash, saying she was doing everyone a favor. My birthday was ruined. People left early because the smell from her cake had contaminated the whole private dining room. The restaurant had to close that section for deep cleaning. They charged me extra for the biohazard cleanup because the fermented durian had leaked onto their carpet. Kendra posted about how she tried to bring culture to basic people who couldn't appreciate it. 6 months later, Kendra got engaged to this guy named Curtis, who thought her food experiments were genius. She planned this whole fancy wedding at a country club, kept bragging about the 7-course tasting menu she'd personally designed with the chef. She sent me a save the date with a note saying she expected a better attitude than at my birthday. I offered to make her wedding cake as a gift. She was shocked but thrilled, saying she was glad I'd finally recognized her influence on my palate. I insisted on keeping it a surprise. She agreed because she wanted to be amazed. I spent 3 days before her wedding making her exact cake. Matcha spirulina activated charcoal base with fermented durian frosting and cricket flour. I made it even stronger than hers. Added fish sauce to the frosting. Put blue cheese in the filling. Made it 10 times worse. The wedding day came and I arrived early with the cake. Told the venue staff it was a surprise from the bride's sister and to bring it out instead of whatever they planned. Paid the server $200 to make sure it happened. When cake time came, they wheeled out my creation. 4 tiers of gray-green nightmare. The smell filled the ballroom immediately. Kendra's face went white. Full